I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no hoe. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bro.
What's good? It's your Bucket Flex. I'm back here with another video in the moment that I have been honestly expecting, but didn't want to happen has finally come. JUWUAN James intends to sign a 4-year, $52 million deal with the Denver Broncos. Now, if you do the math on that, 4 years, $52 million, that's an average of about $13 million a year, which really makes him the highest paid right tackle on like a per year basis, okay? Now, was JUWUAN James worth it? I don't know. Real quick, shout out to people who liked this video before they even heard this sentence. Now, let's get into it. Now, JUWUAN James, the highest paid right tackle in the league, like, he was decent for us. But the highest paid right tackle, I don't know. Bruh. They offered him something that he could not refuse at right tackle, and maybe it almost makes me feel like maybe I didn't appreciate JUWUAN James as much. Either they severely overpaid him, or I just don't appreciate him that much, because I just feel like this is a way too much for JUWUAN James. But maybe it's just me not appreciating him enough. I mean, he did decent. I always thought he was an above average to average right tackle, but the way they're paying him, it's like he's an elite right tackle. Was I not looking at JUWUAN James through the right scope? I don't know. Do you guys feel like this is too much money to be paying JUWUAN James? Either way, I'm happy to see him get paid personally, but I hate it with the Dolphins because now we have another hole on an already offensive line that is not dependable at all. That is terrible. We literally have Laremy Tunsil and everybody else needs to be replaced. Everybody else needs to go. Everybody else, we have no starter for the rest of the 4 positions on the offensive line right now. If we get no starter, Daniel Kilgore, he's too injury prone for me. I just don't feel like we have no starter besides Laremy Tunsil and Sitting if he wants to come back. But other than that, the center, I don't like Kilgore, and then the right guard and the right tackle are going to be awful next season unless we get some help. No lie, I'm going to miss JUWUAN James, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a business. The Broncos always had interest in JUWUAN James. If y'all remember back in the day about last year when the Broncos sent us a trade to try to get JUWUAN James for CJ Anderson, we declined the trade. They tried to finesse us. They later ended up releasing CJ Anderson, so they really just tried to see if they could finesse us for JUWUAN James, which they didn't. So they had an interest in JUWUAN James ever since last year, or even probably before then, and now they finally got to get him because of free agency. Looking back at it, we probably should have traded him for a pick if we were gonna get rid of him anyway, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. Now we gotta look at a replacement. Like I said, I didn't know JUWUAN James was this good. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it was just because our offensive line was so bad as a unit. I just thought all of them was mediocre to bad. I mean, obviously I knew Laremy Tunsil was good. I did not know JUWUAN James demanded this amount of money though. Like highest paid, $32 million guaranteed, $52 million deal, 4 years. I mean, that's a huge deal for JUWUAN James. He will be protecting Flacco, and hey, shout out to JUWUAN James. Another hole for Miami Dolphins to address, man. Every day it just looks more and more like we're gonna need a lot of help this season, y'all. We're gonna need a lot of help. I mean, our offensive line was abysmal with him, so without him, it's just gonna be a whole new level of trash. All right, so the draft, we're gonna have to address a lot of things. Free agency, we're gonna have to address something. I mean, we can't just come out. I mean, I guess we could come out with this lineup if we're tanking, but we got to address something. I know we don't want to spend big in free agency, but goodness gracious, we got to get an offensive lineman or something. I mean, we can't come in with what we got right now. It's just not going to end well. Oh, well, we're going to have to see what the Dolphins have up their sleeve, guys. But right now, man, our roster, goodness gracious. Holy fuck. Bruh. Our roster is looking dismantled right now, y'all. Especially when they talk about Cameron Wake is also in free agency right now, about to test free agency. You got to get rid of Ryan Tannehill more than likely. People are talking about cutting Robert Quinn and Josh Sitton, man. Like I said, I don't know if these things are going to happen, but if they do, man, our roster is going to be in shambles, y'all. It's going to be, it's really a real bill. Like, they're not lying, okay? Because that's exactly what it is. Even though JUWUAN James could have stayed during the rebuild because he's young, but that price, maybe they just said fuck it. And I think, if you ask me, I think the Broncos definitely overpaid for him. We can't compete with that, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Once he hit that market, the Broncos said, hey, we're going to pay you this amount of money per year, and he took it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't let great players hit the market. I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to miss your bald-headed ass, JUWUAN James. I'm going to miss your bald-headed ass. Bruh. You wasn't the best. You was never the best, but one thing about it, you were stable. All right? You are stable. And as long as, and the thing is, if I'm not calling you out too much and you're on the offensive line, that means you're pretty good, because that's what I don't want to have to ever speak with my offensive lineman. I want to, like, because the only reason you ever call an offensive line is if they do something bad. Maybe you might say something if you see them block a good block on a run play. But most of the time, if you ever mention the offensive lineman's name, it's because they're doing something bad, right? I don't think I've ever had to, mention that when it came to JUWUAN James. He's going to get a lot of good practice in practice, I'm sure, with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb off the edge in practice. He's gonna get even better. And hey, shout out to him, man. He was a good offensive line before us, but I just pray this rebuild pays off, y'all. I just pray this rebuild pays off, because if it don't, man, we gonna be Cleveland Browns, and if it do, we gonna be decent. But if it don't, we literally gonna be the laughing stock of the league. Anyways, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about JUWUAN James' release. I'm not, hey, you let him hit the market. I knew this was gonna happen. Get in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe, roll the 7 channel. It's your boy K Flexing. I'm out.